Hey guys! Okay, so I'm here to do a video today that was really requested. Sorry if the lighting isn't great in here right now. I don't have like my studio lights up. I didn't feel like getting them. So if it's a little dark, I'm sorry. But I'm doing a video today on basically like my pumping routine and my milk production, I guess, because I've had a lot of people ask about it. So I'm just gonna kind of go over like, I guess, how I started and like what I do now, and I'm just gonna cover everything. Let me just start by saying that I think people were curious because I put a couple things on Instagram saying that I had a bunch of milk basically because on average I was making about 58 ounces a day. So that's quite a bit. And right now I'm not making quite as much, and I think it's a mixture of me not getting enough fluids and not sleeping, and I just don't hardly have time to pump the full amount I need to completely empty myself because I'm so busy with him. So now I'm slightly less than that, but anyway, okay, so let me just go back to the very beginning on how I started pumping, like what I did at first, because so obviously I had him by C-section, and then he was taken away right away. So I was really worried, and I'll go more into like that whole thing when I do my labor and delivery story. But he was taken right away to Atlanta, so I never got a chance to hold him or nurse him or anything like that. Like, he was immediately transported to Atlanta. So one of the first things that I was really concerned about, because obviously I couldn't do anything with him, like it was out of my control what was going on with him, and I was down here in Columbus, he was on his way up to Atlanta and then in Atlanta. So I was just focused on starting to get my milk to come in, because obviously he couldn't nurse. So as soon as I left recovery and got up to my room, I asked for a pump right away. And I started by pumping every 2 hours, and that really got, my colostrum came in quickly, and I actually produced quite a bit of it. And then I kept that every 2 hour schedule for the first 2 days, and then I moved to every 3 hours I was pumping. And so I had him Friday morning of the 27th of March, and by Sunday, so 2 days later, Sunday morning I woke up and my milk was completely in 2 days. So I don't really know on average how long it takes for milk to come in, but I know with the C-section sometimes it takes a little longer, so I was glad that it did come in fairly quickly. And I remember waking up and being like, oh my gosh, because it felt like there were two giant boulders on my chest. Like, it just, when it came in, it came in. Like, you know when your milk comes in, I can tell you that. So, yeah, I started pumping and getting quite a bit. And also what I did too, they let me go from the hospital Saturday morning so I could go and be in Atlanta with him. So I stopped by the house to obviously pack and get some things for staying in the hospital. You waking up? Yeah. And I also grabbed those lactation cookies that I had made, that I had the video for. So I grabbed all of those and I started eating them right away. And I'm not really sure if it made a difference or not. Maybe it did. Maybe it made my milk come in quicker. I'm not sure. But they tasted good, and if nothing else, it was an excuse to eat cookies. So I think they're worth trying, for sure, because even though I don't necessarily know if anything with my milk was due to the lactation cookies, but I do know that they tasted great and they can't hurt, right? So I'd give them a go if you want to maybe up your supply or anything like that. So on top of that, I would say another really important tip would be to just make sure you stay very hydrated, because it's so important. If you're making a lot of milk, you need to take in a lot of fluids. So drinking lots and lots of water, which was a little hard in the NICU because I had to ask for water, because the nearest water fountain was like, I don't even know where it was, honestly. I think it was probably about a quarter mile away, honestly, by the time you walked through all the doors and everything. And to get in and out of the NICU, you have to call in and they have to approve you and you have to sign in and out. It's kind of a big deal. So it wasn't easy to just go get some water, so I had to ask the nurses all the time. But drinking lots of water is really important. Make sure you stay on your pumping routine. a lot of people don't want to wake up every, 2 or 3 hours at night if their baby isn't nursing. I know it's not the funnest thing to get up in the middle of the night and pump, but you would be doing that if you had a baby, to feed, so it's kind of the same thing, just not as much fun because it's not as personal when you're just sitting there with a pump in the middle of the night, but whatever. So make sure you stay on your schedule. And then I know another thing that has helped me is Gatorade. And I know there's some questionable stuff in Gatorade, so it's not something that I like to drink a lot, but I can tell you that when I do drink it, I notice a big increase and fairly quickly. And I think it's just because it hydrates you so well. So, I guess you could just drink a lot of water instead, but if, like right now, sometimes I'm just not making that much, well, compared to what I normally do, and so I'll drink some Gatorade and it's pretty much back up to where it was, because at any given time I was pumping probably about 7 or 8 ounces per pump session. So, there's a lot going on there, but it's great because I was able to store up so much milk, and I'll go down and show you guys our deep freezer. James had to buy a deep freezer because they were storing it at the NICU, and then they told us, they're like, we just don't have room, you're taking up 2 of our freezers, so you need to take it home. So I had James come back when he had to come back to do something for work anyway, so we picked up a deep freezer and then brought back a bunch of milk and put it in there, and I've since completely filled it up, which is good. Because he didn't go through it all, obviously, right away, and he still's not going through it all, so it's good. Hopefully, he'll have milk for a long time. But on top of that, I was also able to donate over 500 ounces, so I'm proud of that too, because now I know that my milk can be used for other NICU babies, especially the micro preemies are the ones that really need it, because they can't digest formula as well as breast milk. And all the nurses were saying how important it is to have donor breast milk in the NICUs. And I think too, they said that sometimes mothers of preemies have a hard time producing milk, or they can, or I don't really know. But so I was pretty excited that I was able to do that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if this is kind of disconnected in thoughts, but I'm really tired. The sleeping thing isn't happening at all with the really long feeds, but it's so worth it because you're precious and I love you. You're the best. He seriously is the best. He's great. Like, he's absolutely amazing. And it's not his fault that feeds take so long. It's just the whole process because he still has his tube in. But he's doing well. You want to say hey to everybody? Say hey. Say hey, world. Hi, YouTube. Hi. What do you think, Pumpkin? Yeah, you're sleepy. You're sleepy, aren't you? Oh, hey, good morning, handsome. Hi there. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for like my pumping, lactation secrets. I wish that I had better secrets for you. I think honestly a lot of it is probably more of like a genetic thing, because my mom, she said that when she had us, she produced tons and tons of milk. So did her mom, my aunt. So it might just be, it probably has nothing to do with anything I'm doing, quite honestly. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I will show you the deep freezer now, what that looks like. It's a little ridiculous, but you know what? Maybe I won't go quite to a year, because if he may not ever really take up nursing, hopefully he will, but it's not guaranteed. So if that were the case, I really don't want to pump for a whole year, because honestly, I hate pumping. I really hate it. There's not a lot of things I hate. Pumping's one of them though. But so, I might stop a couple months early. I probably have about 3 months worth of milk stored up. So, what are you doing? Are you hungry? You shouldn't be hungry yet. You silly. But yeah, so at least, I know that if I did stop a little early, he would still have milk, tons of it, so that's good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'm sorry if this wasn't better, like there wasn't some magic secret to tell you guys, because I haven't tried fenugreek, I haven't done anything like that, just the lactation cookies. Stay hydrated. I guess also make sure you're eating enough calories, because your body does need a lot more calories. I think it's like 600 or 700 more, because you're producing milk. So make sure that you're not depriving yourself of that, because your body needs it, because that's energy to make milk. So, you know, stay on top of that. Gatorade, if you are so inclined to do that. I like Gatorade, so I'm okay with that sometimes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing fantastic, and I miss you all, and thank you all for supporting us all the time, no matter what. You guys are amazing. But yeah, I will show you the freezer, and then I will see you guys later. Bye, guys. Okay, I hope you guys can see okay. It's a little dark in here. But this is the deep freezer that we got. It's a 7 cubic foot, I believe. So this is it. It's, I don't know if you can tell like how big it is, but it's pretty large. It's pretty large. And that is literally 100% full of milk. So that's crazy. Like, here. This is a big TV box. That is the size of the freezer. So, we have milk for a little bit, which is great. I'm not complaining. And like I said, if he doesn't nurse, then we'll definitely go through it. If he does start nursing and I'm not going to need all of this, then I'm going to donate more of it. So, that would be awesome too if I could do that. But yeah, guys, it gets crazy. So, drink your water, I guess.
I'll be your director. Action.
No. Babe. I love you.
Love you too.
Go bed.
I want my baby back.
Oh, we're snuggling. Look at his little whale booty. Oh, whale booty. What do you think of that whale booty? What do you think of that whale booty, huh? You're eating my arm. I love you. Bye, guys.